Welcome back, everybody, to the Film Tangents podcast for the 100th episode. That's right. Film Tangents has been on the air for 100 episodes now. We appreciate everyone who has stuck with us this long. And welcome back.
Hey, thanks everybody.
This will be
I'm gonna
like...
play like this air horn. Is it coming across? Is the air
Oh,
horn thing
yeah.
coming?
Oh, yeah, I heard
Very
that.
good.
I heard it.
Yeah.
This will be like any other episode, though. We didn't really put together any kind of big extravaganza, so
No.
this is gonna be another week, everybody. So welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edward and I were just talking. We're a lot of life changes coming, a couple of big
Yeah.
moves happening this year, both of us moving
Yep.
to new places, everything, but it's all good. We'll continue
Continue to do the show.
Oh, yeah,
Through all the changes.
yeah, that'll
Yeah.
never change. The times
Do not
change,
fret.
but I don't.
Yeah, do not fret. Our loyal 50 folks that listen to us on a weekly basis will still be here.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I want to say a quick RIP to Kevin McAllister's mom.
Yeah, that's right.
Catherine O'Hara passed away. I think over last weekend. We would have loved to cover it. Obviously, we had to cancel last week's episode. But just say rest in peace to her. Incredible actress. I loved her in Schitt's Creek. I loved her, and obviously in Home Alone, and I loved her in her cameo episodes in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As Funkhauser's sister.
I actually watched that episode recently, like a
Great
couple
actress,
months ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about that episode the other day. Like I think like devoid of the her sadly passing away. I was thinking about that episode, just like Larry like eating their ham and eating their stuff, like making himself sandwiches.
Yeah. 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 Oh,
Yeah.
you don't ask before you just take something out of my refrigerator? What?
Yeah, especially how she outs him, like in that dinner party. She's like, "Hey, like, Larry ate it. Larry ate the bread. Well, Jeff was in bed with me." It's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
Oh, yeah. She just keeps winking at Jeff during dinner.
Yeah. Ooh, terrible.
I was watching an episode, and Jeff, man, is a ride or die for Larry. I will say that. He might not be a ride or die for his life.
He's a great friend. He's like Larry's best friend in that show.
Yeah, Larry's always venting to him. Jeff's like one of the guys that Larry rarely has a problem with in the show, honestly.
Yeah.
Like he has problems all the time with Richard Lewis or Funkhauser.
With Funkhauser, yeah.
Not so much Jeff. Him and Jeff are generally on the same page.
No, and obviously he's always having issues with with Richard Lewis, like you said, yeah. But him and Jeff, like they're good. They have a great. I love the relationship in that show because they are always just like you said, on the same page about everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love those scenes where they'll just be walking into a place and Larry's describing to him the bullshit of what just happened in the previous scene. He's I just walked in there and she's flipping me the middle finger. Jeff's like, she flipped you the bird? Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Jeff's just always with him, man. God.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. Great cast, man. But yeah, RIP to her. Just wanted to put that out because that has been on my mind, like literally like on my mind, that I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, American Psycho.
Well, we gotta give an RIP to Rob Reiner too. That was during the break,
that's true.
Man.
Yeah, that happened during the break.
Holy shit, man.
And we covered one of his films in the show. We covered The Princess Bride.
Yeah. That was season 2.
It was like the one before last, I think.
Yeah, because that wasn't last year. Man.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago. Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, at some point, if we have time, we should actually talk about. We should do a little Rob Reiner movie ranking too, because he did a lot of movies.
Yeah, sure.
Man. He did a lot of
I haven't
stuff.
seen all of these movies though. Like, I still have to see like Spinal Tap and a couple others. But I've seen a handful. We've all seen Misery, I think, and we've seen obviously The Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
I've not seen A Few Good Men. I still have to see that. But it's important.
have I seen A Few Good Men? What
I've not
was
seen it. Mm.
have I? You're saying I haven't seen it?
I haven't. I don't know
Okay.
about you.
Yeah. I was like, what are you looking at my letterboxd right now?
I'm
Oh,
like going
okay.
on Letterboxd right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let
This
me
is
see.
on my watch list, I
Yeah,
think.
you haven't seen it either. Yeah, so maybe we can watch that and maybe rank them after the fact.
Could.
We saw When Harry Met Sally. I've seen like his top five on Letterboxd. I've seen because I've seen Harry Met Sally. I've seen Stand by Me, Princess Bride, Mystery, and I've seen Flipped, which I think it's a little bit underrated. Like a little, it's just like a little like romantic movie, like a kids romantic movie. It's like with young actors, like high schoolers. But I still need to see A Few Good Men, and I would say Spinal Tap. I feel like those are the seven that then I feel like a ranking can be justified after watching those.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
That Flipped movie, not so much, but Spinal Tap and A Few Good Men for sure.
He's one of those guys that it's like you hear about a movie and then you hear that it was directed by Rob Reiner and you're like, "Oh shit, he did that movie?" You know, he just
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
It's kind of he's kind
Yeah.
of like John Favreau, you know, where he just did all these random
Yeah, yeah.
movies. There's not really a through line.
No, it's not like, oh, it's like, oh, he did a bunch of drama. It's like, no, he like did a comedy and he did an adventure movie and he did this romantic movie. It's like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
go you, man. Just do whatever.
Yeah. Man, he
Yeah,
directed a lot of movies. I'm seeing a bunch of
he
I'm
did.
looking at his filmography here and
Yeah,
just for directing. There's a lot of shit here I
yes.
haven't even heard
A
of.
lot of shit he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rumor has
Misery.
it.
Misery
Bucket
is,
list. Yeah.
I
Misery is
mean,
great.
top five Stephen King adaptations for sure, right there.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. I still need to see that movie, The Long Walk. That's like on my to watch list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what,
I've
dude?
heard
Stephen King, man, that guy, his movie adaptations are just through
he
the
cranked them.
roof the
Yeah,
past
he
few
he
years.
really cranked it. He like really cranked so many stories.
Well, they just had that other one, The Running Man, come out
That's
with Glenn
right. That's right.
Powell, and then
With Powell.
that It TV show. Like, dude,
Mhm.
that guy
Welcome
is
to
just
Derry. Yeah.
feasting, man.
Yeah.
Freaking goals.
Yep.
I read his son's new book over the during the break, man. King Sorrow by Joe
Mm.
Hill. That's Stephen King's son. He his real name's Joe King, but he
Which is hell.
changed it so that people wouldn't know because he didn't want people to know that he was Stephen King's son. He didn't want agents to know like what he was trying to
Mhm.
publish. He wanted to get published on his own merits. And it took
Yeah.
him, I think it took him till, I looked it up, it took him till he was like 35 to actually get published,
Yeah.
which is pretty average for a lot of authors. But when you consider that Stephen King's son, pretty old, you know?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I guess I just wanted to prove it to himself, right? Because he probably could have gotten published, like, whenever if he was just like, I'm Stephen King's son, and they can probably sell the book on that, but I guess he was like, "I don't wanna do that. I wanna prove to myself that I'm, like, worthy," you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
his dad kind of did the same thing back in the day, a similar thing where
So he
he
wrote
got,
under a different pen name, right?
yeah,
For
because
some books?
he got a
Yeah.
couple big hits and he was just thrust, like, into the limelight. And then he was like, "Well, I don't know if this is just now marketability or I want
Yeah.
to see if
If the books are
something
actually
is
good.
yeah, like yeah."
Yeah.
So they both seem to have that bone. Either that or they're both
Yeah.
just bullshitters. I don't know. Who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe.
So
Maybe.
sometimes when celebrities talk about that kind of stuff, I feel like they're bullshitting me a little bit. Where I'm
Yeah,
just like,
man,
"Are
like,
you being serious? Like, is this really how it
there's
went?"
certain stories, like there's certain like celebrity or like like background story things that at this point in time I've heard them so many times
Yeah,
that they like upset me every time I hear it.
I
Like
know.
the number one thing, and it's interesting because I was watching this guy named Victor on YouTube, just a guy that I've been like following for a very long time. And he was like he had a vlog where he was just rambling, and the channel is called like Vic and Hope for anybody that's interested. He was just like rambling. It's like a very small channel. It's like 3,000 subscribers. Like I've just been following this guy for a long time. But he was just rambling about time, and this is something that you and I have talked about because you see the same content again and again. And that's like something that has been like permeating my existence lately, where we've talked about it in the sense of like video essays, where I've said to you like, dude, I feel like every other day I see a new like Breaking Bad or a new Better Call Saul like video essay, and it's
Yeah.
like, and I will watch it and be like, dude, I saw this like 10 years ago, you know,
They all say the
the
same
evil.
thing.
And they
Yeah.
all say the same shit, like why Walter White was always evil, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, but this was a video essay like in 2014, dude.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
and
why
the
that's why
2014.
those 2 years ago, just to butt in real quick, that's why I had
Mhm,
that little breakdown of Lalo's character, but like a specific
yeah,
part. And I actually plan, even though it's been 2 years since I did that one, I plan to do more, like deconstructing different
yeah,
elements of that character, because it's
yeah,
always the same. Lalo's videos are exactly like Heath Ledger's Joker videos, where it's just the
mhm.
same. Every video, if you've seen one
We've
analysis,
seen
you've
them
seen
all.
all of them. Like they're just like,
Yeah,
he's charming, but behind that smile is a demon. It's just like, yeah, I
yeah, and
know.
I dude,
We
and
all
I
know he
hate those videos. I hate
smiles and then kills people. Like
Yeah.
we get it.
I hate those videos. I hate those, like, redundant ass videos. Like, I actually
I
found
know.
myself, like I actually found myself, like, randomly watching one about, the character. I think his name's Glenn. I forget the name of the character, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Uh-huh.
which is a show that I've seen, like, 90% of, and then I stopped watching, but it was always great. I just kinda, like, got out of the loop. It's Always Sunny is really funny. I recommend it. Um but there's like a character in there that the guy is kind of like he has a lot of sociopathic traits, and I ended up like with just watching a video about him. It was like a 15-minute long video, and then at some point, like halfway through the video, I'm like, oh, this guy's repeating himself. Like the guy that made the video, he's just saying the same things he already said,
Mhm.
and so I stopped watching it. But that's like that to me, that's like always like such like a pain. It's like just don't be redundant.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna make a video, like just make the video as long as it has to be. Don't say the same thing over and over again. But again, it's like somehow people are now rediscovering things, right? Like we've seen Breaking Bad or whatever, Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
and people are now like rediscovering them and watching them, and then making videos that other people already made, which boggles my mind because it's like, dude, why would you do that? Like I don't know. I guess I mean I know the answer to the question. It's like, oh, money and content and whatever,
Views.
views. But it's like the
Yeah.
videos already exists, man. Why are we just like digging this like mine that's already been dug out? Somebody already made the video. But the point to go back to the initial point of this tangent, I've been seeing a lot of like just BS about like people because anytime anybody has anything going on, like anytime Guillermo del Toro has like a movie up for the Oscars or whatever, it's like they pay people online. It just seems like it has to be that they pay people online. They pay like popular accounts online or something just to generate like content and buzz for those people,
Mhm.
and those people just regurgitate the same nonsense, like little trivia stuff about these people every so many years, you know.
Yeah.
And I've been going through it with like PTA because now obviously one battle after another is contending for the Oscars, and so every day if I go on social media, it's somebody being like, Paul Thomas Anderson dropped out of film school, and it's like, oh god, here we go again
This
with
one
the fucking
again, I know.
again.
I
Like, dude,
know.
it
It's always these
upsets
little
me, man.
Yeah. I know, dude. It's always these little stories too where they're just like, I was about to give up. I was literally about to move back to Cincy, Ohio.
Yeah,
And then I got a
yeah.
call saying you got the part. Like it's always just
Yeah.
where you're just
And
like,
I
are you
hate that.
for real? I mean, are you real?
Yeah,
Are you for real? Like, is that really how it
yeah,
went down? You know?
yeah.
Um,
No, it never is. And
yeah.
I hate all this stuff. I hate all this like mythologizing of people. Like I hate it because it doesn't help anybody. Like I hate making mythologies out of people. And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
if you go to that dude's like house and he goes to the bathroom and then you're going into the bathroom after him, it's probably stinks like shit in there. Like,
Yeah.
like there's nothing like we don't have to be making like mythologies like out of these like randos that are still like walking around among us. And I love PTA. I don't mean that about him necessarily, but you get the point.
I hate celebrity interviews, specifically actor interviews. Actors are the worst. Like I sent you that clip of Matthew McConaughey a few
Oh
weeks ago putting
yeah.
his bare foot on Joe Rogan's desk.
Yeah, dude, what is up with that guy? How disrespectful is that?
Oh my god.
Like,
I love that
dude,
Joe Rogan called it out too. He
uh,
was just like,
like you just put your
congratulations,
feet
you're the
on
put
my
yeah. Yeah, he was like,
my God.
congratulations, you're the first person to put his bare feet on that desk. I love that he called
Yeah.
that out. But it's like It's like, dude, you're such a douchebag. I after I saw that video, I immediately went to that old Family Guy bit where Stewie's like trying to tell Matthew McConaughey how shitty he is, and Matthew McConaughey. Have you seen that cutaway? Where
I
Stewie's
have,
like,
yeah,
I
I
love that
have.
shit. He's like, no, Matthew, you're not hearing me. You are just awful. You're the worst actor I've ever seen. Is no, I get it, man, I get it, but they just keep
Dude,
paying
it's
me,
funny, like
and they.
like yesterday with my brother, we watched like the episode of South Park where they tell Stan that he's like the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard, like
Oh
the
yeah,
Scientology episode.
yeah.
And it's funny because there's a part in that episode with Tom Cruise. I was like, that's like the whole Tom Cruise in the closet part, like episode, where Tom Cruise asks, like, have you liked my movies? Like, have I pleased you? And Stan is like, oh, you're okay, but you're not as good as like the guy from Napoleon Dynamite. And that's like what crushes him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, South Park's great. I watched a little bit of that new season where they were the best episode was when Mr. Mackey loses his job, so he starts working for ICE. That shit was fucking
Yeah. Ooh,
dude. That
yeah.
show is so goddamn funny. I still need to catch up on
Yeah.
that last season. I saw like the first three. I think they had you know that it made national news. The shit they made with
Yeah.
the Trump ad that South Park made, the fake Trump ad. Did you see that?
Mhm. I don't think so.
Holy shit, dude! They made it. I think they made it with AI, and it's just Trump walking through the desert, and he keeps taking his clothes off until he's just completely naked, and
No,
then
I have seen that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a South Park thing.
yeah. It was because
Yeah.
like the plot was in South Park. Trump sues the town of South Park, and so as
Yeah, he's
part
suing
of
everybody, isn't
so as part of
he?
their as part of the settlement, South Park, the town has to make a Trump ad.
Uh-huh.
And so then that's what they made.
That's that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, dude, celebrity interviews. One of the worst celebrity interviews that I've seen in recent years was weirdly enough Will I Am, the Black Eyed Peas guy.
mhm, mhm.
Because I always like, he's obviously a really creative guy,
Yeah,
there's like a weird Kanye-ishness about him, or like old
for
Kanye,
sure. Sure,
where
yeah.
it's just kind of this eccentric guy. But man, the older I get, the harder it is to listen to interviews with people like that. Because it's like, what are you talking about, man? Like, there's just Will I Am just sits there and he's just like, well, at the time I just felt like
Yeah.
I was diseased. Like if we take this cup and there's water in this cup, if we shake it, it's at dis-ease. And you're just like, oh fuck, man. Like,
Yeah.
god damn. Are you even a human?
Yeah,
Are
sometimes
you
I
a
think
fucking alien?
it's interesting, man, because sometimes I feel like these folks these people just get so disconnected from reality.
Yeah.
Like, I could like, for instance, like, back to the McCartney-McConaughey thing, I like, dude, like, you have to be, like, so, like, out of it in your head to put your feet in someone's, like, desk, like, in someone's, like, table, like, just
Yeah.
randomly, like, how can you do that, man? That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Well, you
Ugh,
wonder too when people do things like that. I always wonder. I mean, I think a lot of people think this, but when people do weird shit or just off the wall crazy shit like that, I always am
yeah,
like, what were they thinking, and what was like the motive behind this? Because whenever actors do things like that in interviews, my read is it's almost always calculated. Like I don't think
yeah.
Matthew McConaughey was sitting there and just didn't notice what he was doing, you know? I don't think it was as if he was in his living room and he, props his bare feet up on his coffee table, and then he had a moment of feeling like, oh shit, I'm in Joe Rogan's studio, I shouldn't have done that. Like,
Yeah,
no, I think
yeah,
he was totally thinking, okay, this is when I put my feet up on the desk,
100%, yeah,
because
yeah,
actors are always acting. That's what you have to
Yes.
realize. Like, that's why the videos and the interviews and stuff where actors cry and shit like that. I'm like, who's fallen for this? They're acting. That's
They're
what they
acting. Yeah.
do. You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
dude, I've come to the understanding that I think acting as a profession and actors as the people are probably the most untrustworthy individuals like in the human
oh my
existence.
god,
Like you
yeah.
can't trust those people,
Oh
you
my
know?
god. Oh
Like
my god, no.
if there's anybody that is like if there's a career where that person is completely just trained in the art of manipulation is an actor, you know, completely trained in the art of deceit and manipulation.
Right.
Because like, you can't trust those people. They're
No.
untrustworthy.
No.
That's why
No, man.
actors are always like divas. That's why they're always the people that like show up late to the set. Like they convince the director and the producers like, oh yeah, you know, Kevin Spacey's the guy. Good guy, Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
And it's like, oh, but then he turns up to set at whatever time he wants. He does bad things. He shouts at people, and it's like this guy sucks. He
right.
just sold you an image, you know?
Right, right. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking McConaughey, man. I hate all those little clipped things and shorts of him just telling these stupid ass like God
McConaughey.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, just these
The
God
stupid
experiences.
McConaughey stories.
Well, I remember a few years back I was walking on a beach. I was by myself, walking on a beach, and I'm in my bare feet, and I'm by myself, and I'm leaving footprints in the sand. And then I turn and I look, there's a second set of footprints by my footprints. And I thought, just at that moment, I knew, I saw that the Lord is with me.
Yeah.
I knew he was there. And that's what brought me to Christ. You know, it's just like, fucking shut up, dude.
Yeah. And again, like no hate on nobody. I love McConaughey. He's a great actor. Like I love some of his movies,
Yeah, I
you
love him
know,
as
but
an
it's like
actor. Yeah.
exactly.
All right, we're back, guys.
Right.
We had a little technical difficulty there.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah, actors. Oh my god, man. Yeah. Yeah, like there was a video. I remember one of my experiences with that was I think it was for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They were interviewing Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie and
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio. And one weird thing about actors is I feel like a lot of them don't even like movies. They just
No, it's fascinating. Stuff like that's fascinating because no, you're 100% right. I think some of these people just get into that business just because, like,
yeah, because they're theater kids.
um, yeah, they're either theater kids or their parents made them do it. You know,
Yeah.
like, or I remember that for like Joaquin Phoenix and his brother River, they started acting as kids, and it was because their parents were just taking them to auditions and like making them do it. Like, I think at some point they were like the breadwinners for their family. Like,
Holy
the parents
crap.
weren't doing anything.
Damn.
And it's fascinating because I can understand how those people then don't like movies.
Yeah.
All that the business has ever done is just exploit them, and that's the only way they know how to make money and how to live. But no, you're 100% right. There's people in that business that I don't think they care about movies at all whatsoever. They care about money and being a celebrity, I think.
Yeah, because in the interview, the interviewer is asking them about movies that they loved as kids or something, and then
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's like, "Yeah," he's like, there was this movie as a kid. It was a monster movie about gargantuans, and there was, a good gargantuan and a bad
Fascinating.
gargantuan.
Riveting description.
That's War of the Gargantuas, by the way. That's a real movie. It's one of the
Really?
yeah. It's like one of the old Godzilla type movies. Toho made it. It was in like the
Okay.
Godzilla universe, I think, but it was kind of a spin off
Yeah.
thing. But it's like, dude, you watched like 10 minutes of that shit when you were a kid, man. Don't lie. Get the fuck out
Don't
of
lie.
here.
Yeah.
That movie was obviously circulating a lot though in the 70s because my dad also knew that, like grew up with that
Really?
movie.
Interesting. It's interesting, man, because I think now a lot of people though now in our generation like are actually people that were actually like movie fans. Like
Oh yeah.
that's the impression that I got from like Chalamet. Like obviously Chalamet is also a theater kid, but he knows a lot about movies and like
Yeah.
about like roles that actors have had and stuff like that. So now there's like more people that are like geeky about film. But 100%, I think a lot of the people that came from the 80s and the 90s a lot of those actors are just people that were like doing theater or that
Yeah.
they ended up in the movies somehow, and then that's how they ended up in the business. But they were not like they were like like theater geeks, but they were never like into like movies or anything like that. Which I
Yeah.
find theater to be the most unrelatable thing in the planet. Like anybody who's like a theater person, I've always like struggled to connect with them in like in a human.
No,
Because
dude, I
I could care
cannot.
less about theater, dude.
Uh, I can't be
I
around
could
those
care less.
people. It's not even
But
that they do theater. It's just like the personalities. They're just so
exactly, it's like the personality and the interest, it's like it's
yeah.
mismatched,
Well, they also just always seem untrustworthy. All the
Yeah,
actors that we went to school with, I always just had this feeling of
the
not
phony,
trusting them. Yeah, it's like I don't trust
yeah,
you. I don't like the cut of your
yeah, it's funny
jib,
'cause
dude.
it always just felt like they were trying to sell you something, like, "Oh,
I
this guy's
know.
selling me at least he's trying to sell me on this personality that he's presenting to me, and I find this questionable."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I guess
yeah.
we do the movie at the end at this point. We're kind of on a roll here.
Okay, I'm sorry, I know that I started, like I know that I kinda got into I brought in Catherine O'Hara for the RIP, and then we kinda rolled through there.
Yeah, it's fine, dude. I think it worked out. Speaking of people we went to school with, I watched that Thanksgiving movie with Nell Varlacki as the main character. That girl, that girl Nell that we went to
Yeah, I
school
know who you're
with.
talking about, I don't know the movie.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. It was an Eli Roth movie I think it
Ooh.
came out like in 2023.
Oh, it's like a horror
Yeah,
movie.
it was a
Yeah, Eli
horror
Roth.
movie. Yeah, I watched it
Ooh.
like a few days after Thanksgiving, and I was like, let me throw. This is the only time of year I'll ever want to throw this on.
Eli
Uh,
Roth has always been kind of like a, like
yeah,
it's always like just like exploitation kind of movies.
yeah, yeah. Thanksgiving, it
Yeah.
wasn't good. Nell was really good in it though, and I'm not just saying
Really?
that. She was really good. I mean, she did a really good
Nice.
job. She did
Huh.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Um,
The movie I've seen by that guy is like that Hostel movie, and I didn't like that.
oh yeah, I've seen Hostel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hostel was weirdly it was weirdly it was kind of not it was not what I expected in terms of gore and everything. I mean, it was pretty gory, but I just had less of it than I thought there would be. There's a lot
Yeah.
of there's like it takes a while to get going in that movie.
Yeah.
That movie takes a
Remember
while to get
I
rolling.
watched that movie and I was like, I think that's it. I think that's it for Eli Roth.
Yeah.
One and done. Like it's over. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like Eli Roth just cares about gore and carnage and
Yeah.
exploitation. Like you said, he's obviously a big Grindhouse fan. Um,
Yeah, I find people like that questionable. Like I find people that just like use a medium as like a vehicle for their own interests, like for their own like perverse interests.
yeah,
I find those people highly questionable. And it's like why are you doing this? And who is this serving? Obviously I know that it's serving like it's niche, right, of people that have those interests, but it's like
yeah,
yeah, very very eyebrow raising for me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good segue for me. We're talking about Grindhouse. I'm watching that.
Oh, that's right.
I'm watching a show called Banshee right now. It
Yeah, that's
was
right.
because I was looking for something. Here's the thing. You know how we all have at least one female family member or friend, or maybe it's your girlfriend, who's always throwing on like Gilmore Girls, New Girl, or Gossip Girl, or
Yeah.
this girl, that
Some
girl,
some
everywhere a
some
girl,
girl
girl.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then that's like their thing. Like whenever they have downtime, they just throw that on in the background. They've seen every episode 3 times. I
Not stumbled upon that human yet.
really?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rampant, man. In
In
my
your
family,
circles?
yeah, my family, my girlfriend, she her thing is Gilmore Girls. She'll throw that one on
Yeah.
a lot. But
Yeah, that's not been my existence. I don't know if I'm thankful for it or not, but I've not missed it.
yeah, well, so my version, I feel like guys have their own versions of that. Like we kind of all
Yeah.
have a show that we just throw on.
Throwing Curb Your Enthusiasm on, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that might be yours. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Seinfeld.
Maybe.
No, not Seinfeld.
Not Seinfeld.
Yeah. But anyway, for
Not Seinfeld.
me, that's The Shield. with
Okay.
Michael Chiklis and Walton Goggins. That's The Shield. The Shield is my Gossip Girl or my Gilmore Girl.
Yeah.
So like that's just what I throw on all the fuck time, dude. Just
Yeah.
constantly. Just if I'm just sitting down eating lunch or something and I just want to throw something on for 20 minutes, just throw on The Shield. And it's an episode that I've probably seen 2-3
Comfort
times.
food.
Yeah, it's
Comfort
just,
show.
and I just want to watch Vic Mackey walk in, kick a door in, say, right there, come here, and like grab a guy, muscle him around. Where's your dealer? Antoine? Where is he?
Yeah. That's one of those
All
shows
right.
where I know that show is not for me, dude. Like I remember
man.
we watched the first episode of it in class, and I was like, I could take it or leave it. Like I don't need to watch The Shield.
Dude, it is so
hooked you.
good. You really should watch it because I didn't think it was for me either. I'm not a big cop show guy,
Yeah.
but that show is incredible. I mean that
What I have
show
become,
is
though,
on the level with Breaking Bad, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, dude,
what I have become though, Jake, is a believer in the first episode. Like, and it didn't do anything for me, like it just didn't do anything for me. I remember when we watched Westworld, the first episode, I felt a little intrigued. I
Yeah.
was like a little intrigued. And then halfway through the second episode, I was like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't care for this. And with The Shield, like that, we watched the first episode and I couldn't care less. Like I could not care less. But I do believe in first episodes because then like I remember, like I spoke about this the previous episode. I watched the first episode of The Pit.
Right.
Right. And again, that is a show that I have no interest. Dude, I have never in my life had any interest in any medical procedure shows. I don't. You know me. I'm very much like the kind of person that also doesn't like to see things with like gore if I can avoid it, or like blood. And this show has like blood and like medical procedure stuff and like.
Yeah, Jack was watching. You got Jack onto it, man. We were snowed.
Dude, I'm telling you.
We were snowed in. Him and his girlfriend were binging it. I think they finished it.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. Like, you think I'm joking? Like, I'm a big believer in just like a first episode, and that show has like just such a strong first episode where, despite the fact that I have no interest, and I know Jack doesn't either because Jack told me he didn't. Like, you watch the first episode of that show and you just go like, I'm in.
Yeah,
like, you got me. And it was random because I remember I put that show on. I watched the first episode, and I was like, "Oh man, I think I'm hooked." Like, and I hadn't felt that way in such a long time with a show. And then I got my girlfriend, and I was like, "Hey, you have to check this out." I remember I said to her, "Like, you have to check this out because it like hooked me."
Yeah,
and I need you to see this and just see if you agree. And then she watched it, and she was like, we have to keep watching the show." We watched the whole show, and now we're watching season 2. So it's like, you have to have a good first episode, man. Because even if the premise of a show might be like, this is just some fucking medical thing, and you're not into it, if it's written like well enough, and it just has the juice, it has the juice, man.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's all about the subplots too. Like a lot of times the procedural aspects of these different shows are almost secondary to the subplots. Like you really care about, the different maybe a love triangle's going on, maybe a character's trying to reconnect with an old flame, or whatever it is.
That's the cool thing about the pitch show. It just has like really great character writing.
Yeah.
Where you just, again, like you said, you're gonna get hooked in those little subplots and those little character moments. And they take you along even when the episodes are boring as heck in terms of like plot wise.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. That's how I felt about, and I'll get to this because I'll just go ahead and start my recap right now. But Stranger Things. That's how I felt about Stranger Things, which I'll get to. The final season, my thoughts on it. But like that show, it's like, all right, whatever, 80s kind of stuff, monsters. It's a blend of things we've all seen before: Hellraiser, Nightmare on Elm Street, Poltergeist, all this 80s stuff. But I just remember the character writing and the subplots really being what hooked me. The different romantic subplots and the bully subplots and things like that. A lot of times that stuff. Subplots really do carry shows a lot because they're so long, and no matter how good a hook is, it can only be entertaining for so long because the human attention span is just like you just get bored, you know. Um, but Banshee is pretty good because here's the thing. So this is where I was going with the Shield was, you know, I'm like, I think it was like a week or two ago. I'm watching it and I'm like, all right, like it's time to find something else. You know, I'm wearing this shit out. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just like I'm always putting this on while I'm eating or something, and it's just like, all
Yeah.
right, dude, I've seen all of these episodes. You know, um, I did like one rewatch of that show, so I've seen all the episodes twice at least.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's try to. So I this is one thing that AI and ChatGPT is great for is finding recommendations for books, movies, TV shows like that shit is you plug in like this is what I'm looking for. I'm
Yeah.
looking for these elements, something similar to this or that thing, and let me know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want something that's rugged, gritty, masculine, like the Shield. Just
Mhm. Mhm.
zero
Said Banshee.
soy, zero
Yeah.
soy. Yeah, it gave me a
Yeah.
list. I think Sons of Anarchy was in there, of course.
Yeah, of
And then
course.
Banshee, it was like Banshee because I was like, well, give me something that, then it's like, well, I can tweak it. Are you looking for this or that? And I'm like, yeah, give me something more on the
Dude, you
pulpy
should watch
side.
2.5 Man, man.
What?
You should watch 2.5 Man.
I've seen 2.5 Man.
Oh, really? You have already? Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not all of it, but I've seen episodes.
Yeah. It's a silly, funny show.
Yeah, but it gave me Banshee. I was like, give me something like violent and pulpy. Banshee.
Mhm.
So that show is that's a grindhouse show through and through. The
Yeah.
concept, it's the guy who plays Homelander. Before he played
Mm.
Homelander, the series was 2013 to 2016. It ran for 4 seasons.
They had a good gig going.
Yeah, and it's a Cinemax original.
Okay.
So pretty niche, not a very popular show. I mean, it has kind of a cult following. It has its own Reddit, subreddit or whatever. But basically, the concept of it is the main character. He gets released out of prison after 15 years because he was a jewel thief, and him and his girl stole from the mob, and then
Mm.
he got caught by the
Which movie called
police,
that?
and she got away.
Okay.
And so anyway, he gets out. He figures out where she's living now. She's like under a different name, and he goes to that town. And basically, long story short, he assumes the identity of that town's sheriff because it's just like
Okay.
this weird Tarantino-esque circumstance where he meets the new sheriff before his first day on the job, just got into town, but then something goes down. That sheriff gets killed, and in just a split second, like the sheriff's phone rings, and he picks it up. And they're like, "Is this Sheriff Hood?" And the main character's like, "Yeah, this is him." And then he's like, "Oh fuck, I guess I'm this guy now," And
Yeah.
very pulpy, grindhouse stuff. I mean, in the first scene when he gets out of prison, he gets chased down by these mob guys that are out for blood. Because from what I understand, in prison, what he did was he just kept getting himself thrown in solitary so that he wouldn't get whacked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so there's this whole car chase sequence, shootout going on, and then it culminates in a tractor trailer flipping, and it's like shitty CGI, so you're like, this was not needed at all. But I think it was the showrunner letting us know, hey, this is what the show is. It's pulpy,
Yeah.
it's Tarantino, Kill Bill-esque kind of shit. And it's got like that Brawl in Cell Block 99 level violence where you're just like,
Mhm.
oh, fuck, like when
Visceral
shit
stuff.
happens. Yeah, but it's really good. It's really engaging. I'm liking it. Anthony
Okay.
Starr does a great job in the role. And yeah, it's just dumb fun, man. It's, yeah, kind of a lot of people have described the show as like Tarantino TV. And I kind of agree. It's very along those lines.
Interesting.
So yeah, if you like pulpy kind of grindhouse stuff, that's check out Banshee. All right, well I'll just keep moving through my recap here real quick, so we got time, and we can get to yours. But
I don't have much. Go ahead.
all right, cool. I'll go through my Letterboxd real quick. I watched for the first time, I watched Fatal Attraction a couple weeks ago.
My watch list.
That's a good movie. It's not perfect, but
That's the
it's
movie with Glenn Close, right?
Glenn Close and Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
It's the other one. I get
Fatal
those
Attraction.
confused. Fatal Attraction,
Yeah.
Basic Instinct, and then there's like there's another one with Michael Douglas. I get them freaking confused all the time, but
Yeah.
Fatal Attraction. I mean, dude, you're just it's kind of like Cape Fear where you're just glued to the screen watching shit escalate the whole time. I think my only issue with the movie was how they handled Michael Douglas's character, and it devolves a little bit in the third act, I think, where I think they could have been a little more clever, and they decided to just go more straightforward with it. And the way they treat Michael Douglas's character, like he's just, he cheats on his wife, and then it's like he has like no remorse. Like, this guy would never have said a fucking word if the lady didn't end up being insane. Like, because the concept of it probably.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, but so not that I don't have a problem with that, but like I don't have a problem with unlikable characters or anything like that. I mean, I don't give a shit about likable characters. I just care about characters that I can empathize with. Maybe there's a little bit of sympathy I can give them at some point, but characters where you can understand where they're coming from. That's what's important, And it was like, it just felt a little like, this fucking bastard, I don't know. There was, I don't want to give it away since you said you want to watch it, so I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, someone watch this.
Yeah, I'm not making much
But you
sense
liked it.
here. So
you thought it was a good movie, though.
Oh man, you're just glued to the screen. It's very similar to Cape. It's very similar to Cape Fear, where you're just glued and you're watching this situation escalate. This stalker kind of situation where you're just like, holy fuck, dude, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But it's even worse in this one in a way, because it's like he also has to keep the secret too. So you're just like, god damn. And then I watched the Sydney Sweeney boxing movie, Christy, where she played.
Yeah, the movie bombed. That's all I know about that movie.
Like at the box office?
Yeah, it made like zero money.
Yeah, that's right. It was good. I liked it, man. I thought that was a good movie. Not perfect, but I gave it a 7 out of 10 on Letterboxd. And Sydney Sweeney was great in it.
Yeah,
she did a great
job. It's interesting because like I've seen some of the stuff she's been in, and she's always been like bad.
Yeah,
like everything I've seen her in, she's been like bad.
She's bad.
Like the worst part of the movie she's been in some of the things I've seen her in. But I heard that this was kind of like her, like like an awards contender thing that she did. Sure.
Yeah, I before I saw this movie, I was like, oh, Sydney Sweeney's really bad.
Yeah.
Fine as hell, but really bad actress. But this movie I watched and I was like, oh, she can act. I mean, she did a really great job, I thought. Fantastic. A good movie. I mean, this, I won't say too much because, but man, what that woman lived through, holy shit. And then I watched my first Sean Connery James Bond movie. I watched Goldfinger.
That's the one. I've heard that if you're gonna watch one, you should watch Goldfinger.
Yeah. I was kind of I was on I was in a spy mood. I was like, I want to watch a spy movie. I love spy shit, dude.
Have you seen the last one? Have you seen like a No Time to Die or whatever?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
It was all right. Honestly, Goldfinger, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
I mean, Sean Connery's great as Bond. I will say though, Sean Connery's James Bond is just a straight up kind of psychopath. It's just, they don't really explore any, like intricacies of his character. Because with Daniel Craig, they were like, oh, let's explore his softer side.
Yes.
But I felt like they still kept the character intact. They stayed true to the character, but they were just like, well, let's explore him in all of his, let's make him a real character, not a cartoon.
Yeah.
Not
I thought he was a cartoon.
Oh, he's a cartoon as Sean Connery, but oh my
Yeah.
god, he's just fucking great, dude. What you, Mr. Bond, James Bond? It's fucking so funny. And then the villain is Goldfinger, and then his assistant, his sidekick is a woman named Pussy Galore.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes,
so
it is.
So the whole movie, they're just like, "Where's Pussy?"
Yeah, yes, it is. It is. That's her name. Hey, I honor black men. Yeah, Pussy Galore. That's right. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, her real name is almost weirder. Honor Blackman.
Yeah. Honor black men.
Honor.
Yeah.
And that for some reason I find it so funny when they call him 007. I don't know why that's funny to me. They're just like, "Oh, you're looking
Yeah.
well, 007."
It's like it's a stretch. Call the guy his name.
Yeah.
You know. But I feel like it feels like when they call him 007, it's like they're playing into the mythos of the character. It's like, oh, this guy's 007, you know.
Yeah. They're coming out with a video game. See that?
They have a ton of video games.
Well, like a new one, like a pretty advanced looking one.
Oh, interesting. I'm interested in that then. If it's not first person, if it's first person, I don't care.
No, it's third person.
Okay, good.
Looks like it has a lot of.
They came out with like an indie game, like an Indiana Jones game, like last year that apparently is like great. But it's a first person game, so I'm not bothering.
Indiana Jones in first person. That's weird.
Yeah,
Why?
I know, right? But apparently it's like a really good game, like really good.
Really? I haven't even heard of it. You'd think they'd with something like Uncharted, you'd think they would go third person with.
They would just do Uncharted again. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. To me, what it looks like is it seems to have a lot of GTA and Assassin's Creed style mechanics, maybe.
Yeah.
From what I've seen gameplay videos.
Okay.
But it looks cool. But it's like his younger years too.
Oh, I see. The one I'm talking about is called like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That's the name of the game. And again, dude, it has like fantastic reviews. But the thing with me is I just don't bother with these like fucking. That's like a 9 out of 10, you know. But it's like I'm not gonna bother with these first person games. They always just make me like want to throw up.
That's so funny, man.
I know, right?
If I think about the best first person game I've ever played, it's got to be Far Cry 3.
Like it's funny because Far Cry 3 is the one where I was like, I need to play this. It's like I need to overcome this. And I made it like half an hour, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm so nauseous." And to this day, I own Far Cry 3. I own the game, and I've never finished it.
That's one of the best video games I've ever played. That game is incredible.
Yeah, dude. And obviously, I mean, I'm a gamer. I love gaming, but I can't do it.
No first person.
Yeah, I can't be like dropping like Dramamines like every like half an hour just to fucking play a video game.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
That's a shame. Yeah, because Far Cry 3, it's so visceral, especially during a lot of the cutscenes where you're in his position, and then Michael Mondo as Voss is just screaming in your face, like holding a gun to you, and then you like your first person view kind of looks down and is like tugging at these binds around your wrists. You're like,
I only made it to like the first like cutscene of that, and I couldn't do it.
Oh man, did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? God, Michael Mando's an underrated actor for that. Yeah,
underutilized actor too, man. They need to put that guy in everything.
Oh man, I remember back in 2015 when I first learned that he was in Better Call Saul. I was like, "Oh shit, dude, that's awesome!" Because I was a huge Far Cry 3 fan back then. And I assumed, like everybody else, like, oh, he'll be like some psycho, crazy killer guy. It's kind of interesting what they ended up doing with him. He was like the Jesse Pinkman of the show.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
But and then I watched my girl and I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's.
It's funny how you preface that. You were like, my girlfriend and I.
Right, my girlfriend and I.
Watch Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Dude, I'm not above watching really anything by myself, but no.
The odd chick flick here and
there. My girl just likes mentions, so I throw her a mention. I like to tell people she's still around,
Yeah, shouts out to her. She's one of our great listeners and commenters.
Yeah, she's a top listener for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think Breakfast at Tiffany's was all that. I thought it was all right. I thought it was really
Mm.
average. That's a really famous movie. I feel like it's
It
just kind of iconic for um what's the actress name? Audrey, is that Audrey Hepburn?
is
Right.
it Audrey Hepburn? It
It-
is Audrey Hepburn.
yeah. Just her
It
look
is.
in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, she has that look with that black dress and those big sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some interesting scenes in that movie, especially in like the first act. But I
Mhm.
didn't think it was all that. It's tricky with
Okay.
those rom-coms from the late 50s and early 60s because they were kind of laying the template, you know. So now when
Yeah.
you go back, it's like, well, I've seen this all before, and it was really original at the
Yeah,
time. But
everything's there, like, all the cliches are there, and there's no obviously, there's no subversion of anything because that's what we're doing now.
right, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And I love a
Yeah.
good rom com. Like that, I've said it before, but one of my favorite things in the
I do
world
too.
is sitting down with my girlfriend or like when I'm visiting family, my mom and my sisters, and watching a chick flick or a rom com.
Yeah.
Like that's one
They're
of my
great.
favorite things ever, dude. It's so like I
Yeah.
love it. It's just such a
Yeah.
it's so there's just something wholesome about it. And those movies
Yeah.
can be fun. But yeah, Breakfast at Tiffany's, I thought it was all right. And you know, whatever. And then, dude, oh boy, I watched. For some reason, I've had Godzilla on the brain over the
Okay.
past couple weeks, so I realized I still have had a Godzilla movie to watch. So I threw
No, I
on
gave up on Godzilla.
Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
It's so funny because you go into it and you're like, oh man, all right, I'm just getting ready for some stupid, dumb monster fun, right? Because it's not the Japanese Godzilla movies, like you go into it, especially nowadays, they're on a roll now where you're just like, all right, this is going to be Oscar worthy. Like with Shin Godzilla, Godzilla -1, like they've raised the bar. Japan,
Yeah.
America, we're still just doing what Japan was doing
Block.
in the 60s, which is just
Yeah.
dumb kiddie fun, you know? So you
Yeah.
go in and you're like, all right, this will be dumb fun.
Not
And
even fun.
then it's like, yeah, it's just there's this super long build up, which I love the build up in monster movies. It's one of my favorite parts of monster movies is the build up. But dude, like they don't show the villain until like halfway through the movie, which again
Mhm.
can work, but it felt like it was dragging in this one. And you know, and like Godzilla's in hibernation most of the movie, and it's like it was too stupid to even
Mhm.
be stupid fun. It was just too stupid.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, what the fuck am I
Which is
watching?
aggravating.
And
Yeah.
then like in the final, dude, the final act, there's like there's this huge battle going on where there's these four monsters fighting. It's Godzilla and Kong versus two evil monsters, and they're all in like
Mhm.
this hollow Earth realm, and they're in zero gravity, so they're like hopping between asteroids and punching each other. You're just like,
Mhm.
this is stupid, dude. And then that Mothra monster shows up out of nowhere, and Mothra is like already a weird monster, you know, where you're just like,
Mhm.
it's just a giant butterfly, and it
Butterfly.
makes these
Yeah.
weird squeaky noises, and it's kind of like a fairy, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in this movie, they don't even preface it; it comes out of nowhere. So if you watched this movie, you didn't know who Mothra was, you're just like,
Dude,
what the
you know
hell
that
is
they do
this?
that. You know that they do that because in their head, the producers that put this together, because no actual like human being that like knows their worth as a storyteller did that. But
Yeah.
with the producers in some room where like, and then this happens. Obviously, what they had envisioned in their head, and this is most definitely something that happened in a lot of theaters, is that some like man child points at at the movie and goes, "Ah, that's Mothra! Mothra's in the movie! Everybody, Mothra's in the
Ah!
movie!" That
Yeah.
that's what they want, dude. That's what they
Ah!
want.
The Leonardo DiCaprio meme. Ah! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Exactly. That's what they want. That's all they want. They don't care about anything else. They just care about stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, also, if I may also offer a slightly more boring, I do agree, but
Yeah.
a slightly more boring reason is probably because they still had the license for Mothra, and they were
They need to put
probably
in a
like,
movie.
we want to
keep the
use it.
right.
We're paying money for this.
Yeah. Oh, dude, for sure, for
But
sure.
like King
Right. Honestly,
Ghidorah,
it's probably more that than the other one.
yeah. I don't know, which I don't
Yeah.
know why at that point. I don't know if Rodan just expired earlier because Rodan wasn't in it. I get King
Yeah.
Ghidorah, Godzilla killed him in the last movie. Oh, spoiler. Of course he did. Come on, guys.
Oh,
But yeah, but oh my god, dude, the legendary Godzilla movie. I mean, dude, as a lifelong fan, I'm glad they're still making them, but my
yeah.
god, man, this was just it was so stupid.
I'm just looking forward to Godzilla minus zero, dude. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's all I care about too. I mean,
Yeah, that's all I care about. I don't care about these American movies, man.
no. Oh my god. Yeah, my dad and I tried to watch the Apple TV show that they got going. It is so bad.
Yeah.
And there's like barely any Godzilla in it. Shows up like for 2 minutes an episode, probably on average. It's just like, oh my, and the human storyline is just so goddamn bad.
Yeah.
We couldn't get through. We tried twice, I think, to get through it. Like I
Yeah.
visited once, we were watching it, and it was like our show for while I was there, and then we were like, this
Yeah.
sucks. And then like I visited again like 9 months later, and we were like, let's try to pick that back up. Nope, punching out.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh god.
finishing up here. Yeah, I mentioned I read King Sorrow by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son.
Mhm.
That was a fantastic book. That was great, man. That was he's got his dad's he's got his dad's talent, because like holy shit, that was amazing.
What if it's like? What if it's just? What if it's like a ploy and it's Stephen King writing them?
Right. I mean, partially because he does say in the acknowledgments that his dad, obviously like is like a beta reader for him, like reads it, gives him
Yeah.
feedback. So in a way,
Yeah.
kind of.
Joe Hill doesn't exist, dude.
Yeah, he might not.
He made him up. He made up his son. It's all a ploy.
I mean, he looks like just a young clone of Stephen King, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Then it probably is his son.
So, well, it might be a clone. He might have just cloned
Maybe a clone.
himself.
Yeah, maybe.
Or he might just get in makeup and young makeup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just reliving his youth. I'm suffering through a really bad book right now called The Daughter's War by Christopher Buehlman. I've read a couple books by this guy before, and I liked them. Between Two Fires was great, and Black Tongue Thief was great, but man, this one I'm just not. I really am not into it, man. It's a prequel to Black Tongue Thief. It's just so. Just drags, man, and it's like one of those things with a lot of fantasy books that we've talked about, where it's just like it's just people on a journey, and they're just talking and having conversations and telling stories, and there's no. It's like, where are we going again, and who are we fighting, and what? Like, I don't know. But it's going to be a potential comp title for my novel, which for those listening, a comp title. When you submit your novel to a literary agent to try to get representation, the comp title,
this.
yeah, it's more of a marketing thing. It's like this meets that, or it's like it'll appeal to readers of these 2 to 3 books.
Yeah.
So I know Empire of the Vampire is going to be one comp title for me, and then I'm trying to find like a more mid-list comp title to offset, the bestseller status of Empire of the Vampire. And then I mentioned Stranger Things final season. It was pretty good. I didn't think it was all that. It again with Stranger Things, it's one of those shows where it's like, all right, we're done, and I'm gonna forget about it in 2 weeks. Like I don't think that show's all that. Great characters and everything.
Forever, man.
I know, dude. We were in college, early in college.
It went on for like 10 years.
Yeah. My sister actually met Finn Wolfhard.
Really?
He was just like, because she used to work at a restaurant, and I guess his grandparents are from my city.
I remember. Yeah, I remember. I've heard that story. That's right.
Yeah. She got like a big group photo with him, but and then I mentioned Banshee already. music wise, I listened to ASAP Rocky's new album. Did you listen to that
Hmm.
yet?
No, I've not yet. I heard it's good though. That's what I've heard. I heard it's good.
Uh, I don't know what you
Like
heard,
Fantano
man.
gave it a 7, and
Ugh.
there's been like a lot of positive reception about it.
Okay, I guess I'm in the minority then. I thought it was pretty bad. I did
You didn't like it,
not
huh?
enjoy it, but I mean, I don't, take that with some salt. Music's so
Yeah.
subjective, so I don't think
Yeah.
that's worrying you at all. But
I'm at the P's, so it'll be probably next year when I start listening to anything.
you don't just like go and listen to an album real quick that you might want to listen to.
I've made I've made that exception. I think last year I did it maybe like twice. I listened to the new Bad Bunny last year, which is one of the best albums from last year in my opinion. He won the Grammy for it too, which is pretty cool. So I do it sometimes. Now I'm not gonna do it for Rocky. I don't really care that much.
Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, and then nonfiction books. I just finished Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff. It's about pitching ideas to businesses. Yeah, pretty good book on that. It's good. It's an important skill, and I'm
Yep.
about to pitch to agents, so I thought it was good timing. It was on my list, so I was like,
Cool.
shit, I'll read this. Over to you, sir.
For me, it will be very brief because I actually don't really have much. I've been through a moving process. So I really haven't had much time to consume much of anything except for Paul McCartney's McCartney album. um, so I'm gonna jump straight to the albums because that's really most of what I've been doing. I listened to Paul McCartney's album McCartney that he released like in 1970, right when the Beatles broke up, and I listened to the 2011 remaster. It is, I would say, it's 35 minutes rock with a little bit of soul, a little bit of like blues, a little bit of like Americana to it. It feels like quite the American album by Paul McCartney, I have to say. Like it feels like a very natural progression from the Beatles' Let It Be album, which was that. It felt the Let It Be is very much like this is a rock and roll album.
Yeah.
And then McCartney felt like a very natural progression of that, which is fascinating. When you listen to like John's follow-up album to the Beatles, which was the album that he made with Yoko, the Plastic Ono Band album, and then also when you listen to like George Harrison's album, it's interesting with the directions these guys went into. And Paul was the only one that went literally in the same straight line that Let It Be left off of. Um, I enjoyed it. I thought this was a good album. Um,
Nice.
it doesn't
I just
it
added it to
doesn't
my
like
list.
I thought you would have listened to this before because I think I've heard some of these songs at your house, like at your parents. I'm guessing your dad has
Probably my
listened to
dad.
this.
Yeah. My dad
Yeah.
is a big Beatles guy.
Yeah, because I'm 100% sure the song that would be something the number 2 song in this. I'm 100% sure. I think your dad has played that song
Oh
before.
yeah, I
Um,
like that one as well though.
and
But
then maybe I'm Amazed is pretty good too.
yeah,
So definitely there was also like a level of familiarity for me, but I liked it. Not enough for me to be like, oh yeah, Paul was the best Beatle all along. Because John's albums post Beatles are like masterpieces in my opinion. Like the Plastic Ono Band and the Imagine album are masterpieces. But this album was pretty good and I enjoyed it. So I do recommend it to any Beatles fans and to any fans of just like 60s like rock music. I think it's pretty good. And then I'm in the process of listening to Ram, his follow up to that. Other than that, I listened to Patti Smith because I'm into peas, and I listened to her album Horses. I do not recommend this album. This is a classic, like alternative rock album, alternative pop. I don't recommend it because Patti does too much. She does too much. Some of these songs are like 7, 8 minutes long, and she's like yelping and scratching like her vocals a lot of the time. I don't recommend it. I did like the song Redondo Beach. That's my favorite song that she's ever made. Other than that, I don't recommend Patti Smith.
what's the genre
Um,
again?
it's like alternative rock, alternative
Okay,
pop music. Um, Other than that, I also watched one movie before the movie of the week, which was a movie called Mask from 1985, and it's a movie by Peter Bogdanovich. Now, for some reason, Mask doesn't exist. You're not gonna find it anywhere. Like it's not in streaming. You can't rent it. Like you can't watch this movie. So I had to watch it like on the internet archives online. So I apologize for that for anybody that
ooh,
that would shake their fingers at me. But that's the only way to watch the movie. You have to watch it
Certainly
on the
not
Internet
me.
Archive. They have like a 720p file up there. That's how I watched it. And it's a movie based on a
You're
real.
totally justified. At that point, if you can't get a
You
copy
can't
and
watch
give
it.
your business to the
Yeah.
artist, like you're that can we justify it then at least?
Yeah,
I
no,
think
you can't
so.
watch it. Like, if you look this movie up on like Just Watch and you try to like figure out, there's no way to actually legitimately watch this movie.
Yeah.
Um, and so I just watched it on the Internet Archives. So there you go. And I gave it a 6 out of 10 because I thought it was decent. It's very much just like a family movie. It's about this guy named like Rocky Dennis. It's like the story of this guy named Rocky Dennis who was
Oh God,
born
yeah, yeah.
with like this kind of like elephantitis thing on his face.
Yeah.
And the movie's called Mask because a lot of the time in school, he had to like switch schools a lot, and the kids would just be like, "Hey man, take off that mask," but that was just a guy's face. So it's one of those movies. It's kind of one of those movies that you just like have your kids watch at some point, just to teach them some like humility and to teach them to be
Take off
grateful for
that
their lives.
mask. Holy
So
shit.
it's one of those. It's one of those like family movies about people that have had to struggle a lot in their lives, and it makes you feel grateful for your life. One of those movies. And Cher gives a great performance. That's it. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, go ahead and watch it. Otherwise, it's just a decent movie. Um, and that's it for me, Mattress Man.
What made you want to watch that one?
It was just a movie that I had been like meaning to watch for a long time. That's
Okay.
it. It was a Peter Bogdanovich movie. Nothing much else to it.
Yeah. You know, the only reason I know who Rocky Dennis is because a while back, someone made this Breaking Bad parody video, and it was like animated. And at one point in the video, Skylar's like, why do none of the fans like me?" And then Jesse goes, "Because you're fucking annoying and you look like Rocky Dennis, bitch."
Oh my god, it's terrible.
And I was like, "Who the fuck is Rocky Dennis?" And then I looked it
He
up. And
passed away too.
I think they had a Family Guy cutaway with him in it too, or something. Probably.
Uh, I feel like there's something about that. I think for people that were born like in the 80s and the 90s, I just knew about this,
Yeah.
and so all these people that made stuff in the 2000s, which were those people, then they like put it on there in media. But yeah, it was just a guy. It was just a guy. He was
Yeah.
a kid. He like passed away like when he was still in high school. But yeah, yeah.
Well, movie
That's
of
it.
the
That's my recap.
movie of the week is going to be American Psycho, the true classic. And as I alluded to last week, the reason we picked American Psycho was because of the rise of looks maxers on TikTok, and in
Hmm.
particular, Clavicular. Now, I sent some supplemental material, Edward. Did you watch those videos that I
No, I didn't
sent?
watch it.
Oh shit!
I didn't
Okay.
watch it. I'm
well,
sorry, dude.
well, how familiar are you with Clavicular?
I checked some of it out. Like you've sent me his stuff before.
Yeah.
Like the stuff with that guy, like in that like studio, like a recording studio, where like a guy was like kind of like pressing him.
Oh yeah.
So I've checked some of the stuff out. I did check out like a couple of the videos you sent, but I'm not very familiar. Like I'm not like super familiar.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
explain.
Well, and you saw the Cybertruck video that I sent too. I remember that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. So for those who, I mean, I feel like we all probably know who this is at this point. He kind of came out of nowhere and he just exploded. I'm like, and like he exploded and he's already driving around a Cybertruck and stuff. So it's like, where did this guy even come from? Like, where did he get all this money and
Yeah.
everything? Like, he must have just been making money on the front end with courses and stuff before he got famous. Because basically, he's a clavicular. For those who don't know, is an infamous looks maxer, which basically are, looks maxing is basically, I guess, just improving your appearance. But a lot of looks maxers go really far with it. So personally, I mean, improving your appearance is fine. I mean, we all do that to some degree. We all looks max to some degree, whether it's
Right.
just picking clothes that fit us, getting a haircut, grooming.
Brushing your teeth.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Getting teeth cleanings, make sure they're not
Mhm.
yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I had really bad acne when I was a sophomore in high school. I had Accutane. I mean, we all do we all looks max to a degree, but the looks
Yeah.
maxing trend is basically very obsessive, and Clavicular is known for, by his own admission, using, he uses there's a lot of videos where you can tell he just caked it on, like using makeup and stuff,
Mhm.
bone smashing, so he like actually
Ooh,
takes a hammer and hits his
oh,
cheekbones.
dude, that's terrible.
It's terrible. I've seen like little clips of him doing that, and he's got these huge bruises, and he's just tapping. Oh God.
That's terrible. That's terrible, dude.
He has admitted to taking crystal meth to as an appetite suppressant,
Hmm.
which and he's been taking steroids and testosterone since he was 14, to the point that his body doesn't even produce testosterone naturally, and he's
On its
infertile.
own.
And he's
Ooh.
only, I think he just turned 20, maybe, because
My
he was
god,
19,
dude.
but I
This guy
think,
sounds like this guy's life sounds like a tragedy.
oh, he's
This
insane.
guy has, like this guy has to have some kind of, like, illness, like, some kind of, like, mental illness.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of people think he is a psychopath. I think he is a
Yeah.
psychopath, to be honest. After I saw that Cybertruck video, because there's something about Clavicular. Well, and so to keep setting the stage for everybody, go look up Clavicular Cybertruck video. Basically, back in December, there was a live stream where he was getting harassed by some people. So he gets into his Cybertruck. He's behind the wheel. He's being filmed. This guy, one of the stalkers, jumps on the hood, and Clavicular just floors it and runs the guy over. Like, the guy falls off the hood, and he just goes over the guy. No reaction.
No,
People in
nothing.
the car, the girls in the car are screaming, and Clavicular just goes, "Is he dead? Hopefully." and dude,
Dude.
that was when I was like, this guy's got it. I think we all were just like, oh, this guy's a psychopath.
American
for
Psycho,
sure.
dude.
Yeah, and yeah, he's just got this flat affect too in a lot of his videos. Just that classic psychopath kind of flat affect, Obviously, this isn't something anyone but a therapist or a psychologist
Right.
could prove, but I think we're warranted in being suspecting it. But so I have a theory about Clavicular. Did you see the video I sent? Did you see the ones I sent where he gets rejected? Or there's the one he gets rejected. So he does all of these different live streams, right? And this is the problem with looks maxing and the black pill. And for those who don't know, the black pill is basically an offshoot of the red pill, where it's like the black pill is this internet thing. It's pretty much adjacent to the whole inkwell thing, where it's basically this whole movement where men are like, women only care about looks. And
yeah,
if
that's such like an incel. Like, that's one of those, like, incel things.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said inkwell, but I didn't think I don't know if the YouTube algorithm
I'm going
was gonna
straight for it.
Yeah,
Like, it is just
who gives a
100%.
shit? We're not even monetized anyway. Who gives a fuck? Incel. No, it is an incel thing, and you know what it is too. It black pill is a way for men in the modern age to excuse themselves from having to put in any effort. Like, it's easier to just say, "Oh, I don't look good enough. I don't look like a model. I don't look like a Chad." So girls won't like me anyway, so I'm not going to go, try to meet girls. Because it's harder to go meet girls than to just sit in your house. Like, dating's difficult. It's always been difficult. It's supposed to be difficult,
Yeah.
because we are animals, and we don't just you don't just get the thing. That's dating is hard because you don't just get a mate, for lack of a better term, just because you asked,
Yeah.
It's like you have to be an attractive person, but it's not. I find that really strange, the whole black pill movement strange, because it flies in the face of a lot of evidence. I'm not saying looks don't matter at all, but I've grown up. I mean, I consider myself a pretty good looking guy. I can't prove that to anybody. No one can see me now. But I mean, I've been told I look, I've gotten Chris Pratt and I've gotten Zac Efron. So there you go.
Yeah.
But I'm about to take myself down a peg, so nobody
Yeah.
roast me or do. I don't give a shit. But growing up, I kind of, because I was like pretty confident in my looks, I didn't have insecurities about my looks, except for when I had horrendous cystic acne my sophomore year of high school. I sort of I used them as a crutch, and I thought, oh, well, girls will just like me. And it didn't work for me. I realized like halfway through high school, oh, I have to actually try. Like I have
Right.
to actually put myself out
Put
there.
yourself out there.
Because
Yes,
I
that's
thought
that's all
girls
that
would
you
just
have to
come to
do.
me. I thought they would just
Yeah.
come to me, you know? And
Yeah.
even I had a couple instances where like, oh, this girl in your class likes you.
Yeah.
And I fumbled it because I was like, okay, well, I guess she's gonna
Yeah,
start dating me.
and that's the thing with those kind of guys, man. That these kind of people are like engaged in this mentality that they're owed something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that it's owed to me, and it's like, no, man, come
Yeah.
on, bro.
Well, that can get really
Yeah.
destructive because that's what like Elliot Rodger, the incel killer from
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
What's crazy about that, like I've read some of his, he had like a little manifesto that he wrote, and I've watched videos about him. It's really interesting stuff. And one thing that's odd is that guy never even tried to talk to a girl. Ever.
Yeah, of course he
Ever.
didn't.
He
Of course
never,
he didn't.
not like one girl.
Yeah.
Not one girl. There's not even one story that I've ever heard from his, you know, background that he ever got rejected. He got black pill guys. What they do is they, by the way, like he doesn't even fall into the black pill because Elliot Rodger was like a pretty good looking guy. I feel like he's what a lot of black pillars, if he gained some muscle, he would have been what black pillars consider a Chad. I mean, he is like, so, but the problem with like incel guys and black pillars is they self-reject. They just assume they're going to be rejected. And look, I'm not saying you don't have to improve your appearance at all, get a better haircut, get in better shape. Like you do have to do those things, I think.
You should do that shit for yourself anyway, man.
Anyway, exactly.
Like, regardless of anything. Because I think a lot of the issue with this stuff is that people don't see other human beings as being human beings. I think that's really part of the problem. But it's like I think a lot of these dudes like think about women as if women are like not humans. Like it's just like this completely like dehumanizing like mental gymnastics that these people do where like women cease to be human beings. Like they cease to be human beings and they become something else completely, you know.
Yeah, there's like commodities kind of.
Exactly, when you fall into that train of thought, man, you become subhuman. Like you yourself become like not human when you see other people as like commodities or objects, you know. I don't know, man. Like this kind of stuff is so insufferable. But go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead. I don't want.
Yeah, well, because the problem with it is like, you know, it's like they expect they will also expect all of these things from women. Like Elliot Rodger would always write about like, I want a hot blonde girl who's this and that and the other thing, and it's like, well, are you that? You know,
Right.
like my whole rule for myself is like whatever I expect from my girlfriend or my, you know, is what I also live up to. I also live up to that standard. Like, you know, you really should have that rule for yourself, you know, because otherwise it's like you get what you deserve. You know, the universe doesn't. You get what you fucking deserve. Yeah.
What's the name of that guy? What is the name of the guy that De Niro plays in that movie?
Shit, I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's like some girly kind of name. It's like Candy or something. I don't know. Not
Murray.
Candy. Murray. Yeah. It was like something. I knew it was ended in a Y. Well, yeah, because I feel like, you know, you don't get. You know, I don't believe in like karma and like the universe and all that stuff. But if we're talking on a kind of a, you know, general level, kind of a metaphysical level, I guess, like the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you deserve, you know.
Right.
So like if you're just some piece of shit that just walks around angry all the time, like Elliot Rodger did, it's like, well, what girl wants to date wants to date that?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of obvious. But back to the American Psycho angle.
Yes.
What's crazy
Yeah,
about
we got on a tangent there. Didn't
what's crazy about Clavicular is, his looks maxing is obviously paid off. Like I'll say, he's obviously a good looking guy. I will say in
Right.
some videos where he cakes on the makeup and stuff, it's like, all right, you're starting to look AI like and like a doll almost. But
Yeah.
whatever. He probably puts on all that makeup to cover up the fucking bone smashing bruises. But he does all
Yeah.
these live streams, right? And he'll like quote unquote game. So he'll like game girls. And dude, like he'll go up and talk to women and try to get their numbers. Dude, I have seen a lot of those at this point doing research on this guy, and he's like always getting rejected or
That's funny.
self-rejecting himself. Self-rejecting.
Yeah.
And what's funny though is this is how entrenched, this is how deep and deep rooted these black pill beliefs are, is that people in his comment section will say, "Oh my God, he's crushing it. Oh my God,
Yeah.
this guy's living life on easy mode." It's like, dude, this guy's a fucking weirdo and these girls
weirdo.
know it,
Yeah, he's a
and
weirdo.
I will say this. There's a caveat to this. In these videos where he's talking to girls, they do give him the time of day at first because he's a very
Yeah,
good
of
looking
course.
guy.
Because it's like it's one of those things of it's one of those like it's like a Ted Bundy thing. It's like,
Right.
oh, like, oh, this guy looks decent enough. Okay, let me hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
You know. But then when you get beneath the surface, it's like, what's really here?
Yeah.
And it's fascinating because that's literally what this movie's about. Like that's literally the whole thing with this American Psycho movie. That it's like the Bateman character, he is just look maxing. Like he just looks maxing, and it's like
Status
what
maxing.
exactly? It's like look and status and class, and it's like, but there's nothing beneath the surface.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
And that's all this clavicular guy talks about. He's like looks maxing, status maxing, money maxing, this and that. Dude, the comparisons to Patrick Bateman are insane to the point that I wonder if he is just playing a character. Like if he actually saw this movie and was like, oh, that'll be a good angle. Maybe I could get like a following
Maybe.
by being Patrick Bateman. I don't know. But here's
Maybe.
the thing. And I'll even go
At what point does that lead to you like smashing the bones in your face?
Yeah.
That's like taking it a little too far, I would say. Little too method acting.
I know, not even Patrick Bateman did that. But
No.
so I'll also say this, dude. I'll even say this. With his looks in some of the videos, he'll approach the girls, they give him the time of day, and even when he starts saying weird shit, they still let him kind of get away with it. They're like, all right, that's weird, but they stick around. Again, because your looks do matter. They don't matter
Right.
nearly as much as black pillars try to put them across, but they do
Right.
matter a bit. Your appearance matters, and they will. I think exceptionally good looking people do get away with a little more shit. And what I mean by that is they get more of the benefit of the doubt. So like
Right.
if a not so good looking guy came up to that same girl and said the exact same shit, she'd probably punch out quicker. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure. For sure.
Here's what I want to get to before we really dive into the movie. I have a theory about Clavicular, dude. And I can't prove it, but it's a suspicion that I have. Because I watch all these videos and he's always talking about like, I don't even look smacks for girls. I look smacks so that I can mog, And he's always, which, AMOG, it comes from AMOG, alpha male of the group. And mogging is just walking around and I guess being better than other people. It's just stupid. And it's like, all right, you don't care about girls and you're just doing this to mog. That's a little weird. And then, he's getting constantly rejected on camera. People have asked him how many girls he's had sex with, and he'll change the number. Like his story changes a lot. So that's weird.
Okay.
And then it really hit me in one of those videos that I sent you. So one of those videos that I sent you, it's right after he gets rejected by the blonde girl in the previous video that I sent over. And this black girl comes up to him and she says, "Hey, I heard you're trying to lose your black card." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I am. You down?" And she's like, "All right, yeah, I'm down." Which again, like, hey, his looks got him there, right? So I'm not denying
Right.
the looks thing. And he's talking all this shit, like this big game, walking around like trying to fight. He's like going up to girls like, "Hey, let's go fuck in the bathroom," and they're telling him get lost, So it's like he's talking all this shit and hyping himself up and talking a big game. And then this girl comes up to him and says, "I'm down." And he just keeps spitting weird shit at her and like saying weird stuff, almost like he's trying to get her to leave, like he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself out of it. Yeah, he's like, how can I get myself out of this?
Right. And it's not like she was an attractive woman. Like she was pretty,
Yeah.
And when I saw that video, I was like, dude, I think Clavicular might be a virgin.
Maybe. Could be.
I think, I can't prove it, but I swear to God, there's just something with all of that stuff lining up like that just doesn't sit right. Because there's another video where he actually pulls a girl. I don't know if this was fake, but he has a microphone clipped to his collar, so you can hear him talking even when he's not in the room or in front of the camera. So he spits a little bit of game at this girl, and they go into one of the bedrooms at this party. So you can still hear what they're saying and doing. She makes a comment like, "Why do you keep looking at yourself in the mirror? This is weird." And which is like Patrick Bateman, what he's doing in front of the camera in this movie. And they haven't
and that lady, that Christy lady, she keeps looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. So again, dude, American Psycho, like the parallels are insane. And this is like right after they've walked into the room. And then he just starts like saying to her, "You know what? You're really fucking pissing me off. And my desire to actually have sex with you is just plummeting rapidly. So do you want to do this or not?" Again, he's like self-rejecting himself, and it just strikes me as someone who is like weirdly, I think he's this weird internet guy who's kind of afraid to have sex. I really do. Like that's my theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does anyone else get virgin vibes from Clavicular? Because I don't see any evidence that this guy has actually had sex. Obviously, no one can know. No one can know if anyone has had sex unless you're in
other
porn.
Person confirms. So they go, "Oh yeah, this person did this with me."
Yeah, like no one can know if any of us have had sex. Has had sex unless we have a Pornhub channel. But short of that, but you could be kind of reasonably certain of it. And with this guy, I'm like, I don't see any evidence that he has gotten had sex, let alone gotten the results that he's claimed. No evidence.
It's interesting, man, because I think I didn't know this guy existed until you like shared this stuff with me, like the stuff with the Cybertruck and stuff like that. Because I try to stay away from this kind of stuff. Like, it's one of like I really do. Like I try to stay away from all this like Kick and Twitch streamers and all these people. Like I just try to stay away from that. So like it always just feels to me like it's such like a negative. Like to me, it always feels like such a negative thing.
It's horrible
that I don't even want to engage with it in any way. I just let it be. It's like that can exist where it is. And I know people are engaging with it. Like the same thing with like Andrew Tate. Like I never engaged with any of that stuff because it just always feels like. It always feels to me like I'm not obviously the content's not for me and I'm not the person that can change this. Like I know that I'm not the person that can fight against this kind of stuff. So it's like a fight will be had somewhere and it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the same way because getting into American Psycho.
It's a good fight. Because I feel like by fighting that kind of ideology and those people, you do save a lot of young men from that kind of thinking. And that's good for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and that's what I was getting at going into American Psycho. Like, I think the theme of American Psycho really is that the pursuit of status and outward perfection drives us insane. And
Yeah,
and
you like
and boy, when I see clips of teenagers asking Clavicular if they need a nose job,
yeah.
I don't
Ooh,
know,
man, that
dude.
that would break seeing that kind of stuff would just break my soul, man. Because I think
It's
I agree
horrible.
with you. I agree with you because like we start this movie and he says something along the lines of like there's nothing here. Like he basically says like I'm a husk of a human being. And I agree with you that it seems to be like that. That it's like the pursuit of this, the pursuit of all this like wealth and status. It's like it's like the thing that you exchange for like extreme wealth and a status and like look maxing, I guess, is that you like the inner self, the inner person becomes like a raisin. You know, you just there's so much sacrifice on a human level that you have to make that you kind of dry out. You know,
Yeah.
you kind of dry out. And it's interesting in this movie because he's also not only is he completely just like a husk, right? And he exists plain like he only exists in such a way where the only things that he can understand and he can satisfy are these urges that he has, right? These psychopathic urges to like kill people or just this complete like id urges of just like sexual satisfaction. That's all that
Mhm.
this guy can that's all that happens for this guy. It's either like sex or killing people. Um but the other thing that I find so fascinating about this movie is that he is interchangeable. You know, people call him other people's names
Yeah.
all the time. It's like, "Oh, you're Patrick, or you're Louis, or you're Marcus, or you're Paul." Like, he calls himself Paul Allen
Mhm.
for large parts of the movie to the point of, like, who was Paul Allen? And then people tell him, like, "No, I had dinner with Paul Allen." "Oh, no, I had dinner with Paul Allen." Who the hell's Paul Allen? You know?
Yeah.
Like, Jared Leto? Was he ever Paul Allen? Is it somebody else? Is Patrick Paul Allen? So it just like it makes this movie also makes this thing of like being like all these people, they're all the same. They're all these like vampires,
Yeah.
and they're all completely interchangeable human beings. Like there's nothing about any single one of them that is a differentiating factor,
Yeah.
like Patrick Bateman, Christian Bale, he might as well be, Jared Leto, or he might as well be any of those other guys. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
They're all probably
exactly.
doing the exact same shit.
Yeah. Well, and when he
Yeah.
said, I love in one of those earlier scenes, Reese Witherspoon asks him why he's doing something, and he goes, "Because I want to fit
Frickin' fit
in."
in.
And to me,
Yeah, exactly.
that's mogging. That's the mogging thing.
Yes,
Like
100%.
that's all that
100%.
is. He might as well just say, I'm not doing all this looks maxing stuff to get girls. I'm doing it to fit in."
Fit in, yeah. The same reason why he's listening to music, like all that this guy ever does, and everything that he ever says is fascinating because everything he says about the music is clear that it's just like something that he like read on
Yeah.
like it's clear that it's just whatever's on the newspaper and whatever like the reviewer said about that, he just spouts that.
Yeah,
Like all
it's like
he's
a
doing is like
pitchfork review.
spouting. Yeah, it's like spouting factoids. Like the guy has no original thoughts. And any second that anybody introduces anything to him that he's not familiar with, he puts it down. Like when Willem Dafoe is like, "Oh, have you listened to this?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm not. I haven't listened to that. That's not the kind of stuff that I listen to." And it's like, well, you just don't know what it is. Like you don't know what that music is, so you don't have an opinion because you've never been anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Weird stuff, but it's fascinating because people like that exist. Obviously, this clavicular guy is somebody like this.
Dude, I mean, he is like that. It's like the author of American Psycho when he wrote the book. It's like it put something out into the universe, and that became Clavicular's soul. And then
Yeah,
the soul implanted itself in an egg in like 2007 or whenever he was born. And just
yeah,
like that, and he is Patrick Bateman in the flesh. You know what's interesting about Clavicular too is he's so transparent because in some videos people asked him like, "So do you have any insecurities, would you say?" And he's like, "I don't think I have any insecurities." And it's like, dude,
yeah.
come on, you're
Well, you
about to
clearly do.
he's about to get a double jaw surgery And it's
Ooh,
like, dude,
ugh.
you're done. You're done. You look fantastic. You look
Yeah.
great at
And and
a horrible
you know,
price, but you're gonna take it too far, man.
but that's the sad thing about it too, and that's what's so heartbreaking about that kind of stuff, that kind of culture.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of like actors, a lot of people in like LA and like Hollywood are like just suffering through this. It's like there's like a mind bias there. I'm sorry to use that term. I know that term has been kind of like co-opted by a lot of like shitty like either black people or like those assholes. I forget what that part of the internet is
I didn't even know
called.
that was adopted by some
Like the Joe
less than
Rogan
reputable
shit.
characters.
Yeah, like the Joe Rogan types use that term a lot.
Uh,
But it really does feel like there's some kind of thing going on in like in LA or something where all these people are just doing that, like all the Kardashians and all these actresses, like Emma Stone has had a bunch of plastic surgery, Bradley Cooper had a bunch of plastic surgery,
mhm.
and you just see the before and after pictures, and it's like, "Bradley Cooper, you already were, like, a really good-looking guy. Like, why did you do that?"
I
You know?
know, man. It's
And it's
terrible.
dude, it's always mind-boggling. Like, I remember when I saw, like, one of those One Direction guys, the one that actually, passed away, I think, last year. The guy had, like, jaw surgery, and he looked, like, really weird,
Yeah.
and it's like, "Dude, you looked great before. What did you do that for?" Um,
Because something's
not only
broken on
that
the inside.
exactly, but also I think the saddest thing too is oftentimes they do it like once or twice, and it's like, "Oh, you look alright, you looked good before, but you look good now." And then at some point, it always goes a little bit too far, where
Mhm.
they go into that uncanny valley thing, and then it's unrepairable. Now you just look like weird. Now you look like a weird uncanny valley like person, and it's rough, because it sounds like from me looking at this clavicular guy, it's like it sounds like you've already done enough, dude. Like
Yeah.
you already look like a guy that's had a bunch of plastic surgery, but you look fine. And now it's like if you do more, you're probably gonna look like a weirdo, like a weird dude, like a weird uncanny valley human.
Oh, for sure. Well, I've even seen there was some video. I saw some clip where he was on one of those chat roulette type sites where he's just kind of going through. And one of the people that he matches with for like a video chat on there says to him, "You look like an AI. Are you real?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude. Like, take off the makeup
Yeah,
and look a little more natural." Like to me,
yeah.
as a man, I will say this: what I think with a man, like there are looks and then there are physical attractiveness, and I think those are two different things, or rather, looks
Sure.
are a piece
Yeah,
of that. But it's
yeah.
more like you can do a lot with your appearance as a man, whether that's losing weight, putting on muscle, facial
Mhm.
hair, different haircuts, like fashion. Like you can do a lot, man or woman. Honestly, you can do a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but with a man, it's like, do I think I'm better looking than clavicular? No. I mean, in terms of like facial structure and everything, no. But do I think I'm more attractive than clavicular? I
Oh,
think so.
100%.
I think
Yeah.
I think I'm more attractive
That's
than clavicular. I think a lot of guys who aren't as objectively quote unquote like facial aren't as facially harmonized as him are more
mhm.
attractive than him because they have like just whether it's facial hair or just a better vibe, like he kind of looks a little girly.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
um
But that's the stuff about that kind of that's the weird thing about that kind of stuff, man. Like I struggle with it because it often feels so like I don't know. It often that to me that kind of stuff always feels like you just don't have anything better to do, like
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like to me when somebody's like thinking too much about that kind of stuff, it's like you just don't have anything better to do. There's other things to be worried about, man. It's like things that actually matter. However any single person looks, doesn't fucking matter. But people get lost in these things, man. And I just don't know how to like even you know, like, contextualize that. It just feels like such like a first world thing. It's like, who gives a fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck?
I'm
Like,
really
truly, like,
glad none
who
of
gives
this
a fuck?
stuff was around when we were teenagers, man, because it
Yeah.
really breaks my heart that teenage guys are getting
Thinking they have
on
to have this plastic
Discord.
surgery?
Yeah, they're getting on Discord, and this fucking loser, this jerk off, is telling them like, "Well, if you have to ask if you need a nose job, there's your answer.
Ugh, my
Okay,
God, dude.
and like just that type of shit. Like it just dude. He sells courses to minors, dude. He sells these
Yeah.
courses to
That should
minors.
be illegal. That's like predatory stuff. That should be illegal, man. You
It
shouldn't be
horrible.
allowed to do that.
I know
Yeah.
he's driving around a Cybertruck. Terrible, dude.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So
This is terrible.
this
This is just peak capitalism, dude.
yeah, it's awful, man.
100% just peak capitalism. This is shit's fucking garbage. It's so terrible.
It's degeneracy, man. But this movie was really obviously ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, it was made by a woman. A woman directed this film. I thought that was worth shouting out. Mary Harron, she directed this.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll run through some more points about this movie real quick because I know we're out of time. But let me see. Yeah, like that shallow obsession with appearances in this movie. Courtney
Yeah.
is almost perfect looking. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
God,
Oof.
man, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
that obsession, man. It's so sad. This movie has a lot in common with Fight Club, where I feel like with Fight
Yes,
Club,
it does. I thought about that for a lot.
yeah, with Fight Club, they go more the money and materialism angle, and this movie I feel like goes more of the looks and status angle, status specifically, but
Yeah.
appearances, keeping up with the Joneses, that kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah, comparing business cards scene, that's such a great portrayal of corporate America.
Hilarious.
And
Hilarious.
that's like LinkedIn, basically. That was like
Yeah.
that scene predicted LinkedIn. Like
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
God, man.
it's amazing. And then the scene where Patrick Bateman's sitting around with those 2 or 3 other guys, and they're talking about women with good personalities or whatever,
Mhm.
and like none of them have good personalities. I mean, that scene is
Yeah.
basically an episode of Fresh and Fit. Like,
I bet.
it's like holy
bet.
shit, dude. Like I've seen clips from Fresh and Fit, and Clavicular was on Fresh and Fit, so I did a little bit of homework, and yeah, I mean that scene predicted this movie predicted a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, but on a less sour note, this is a fantastic movie. This movie is
Yeah, it is.
hilarious. I forgot
It
how
is
goddamn
hilarious.
funny this movie
Yeah.
is, dude.
Gotta return some videotapes.
Got to return some videos.
Yeah.
You reek of shit. That scene gets
Yeah.
not funny very quickly, but
Yes.
I feel really
Yeah.
bad. That's the one death, that the homeless guy, that hits me the hardest in that movie. It's
Yeah.
so goddamn cruel, dude. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this guy is sitting out here freezing, homeless, hungry, rooted, like living in trash, and then you kill him. You're just like,
Yes.
God, man. And he insults him before he kills him. That one's always tough for me, man. That's the death in this movie that gets me the most.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh God,
Yeah.
damn. But anyway, yeah, pursuit of status and outward perfection. We're going off the rails in this society. It's going to be a weird generation of boys, I'll say.
Yeah, because it's interesting because I think we are going through some kind of transitional period where things have to recenter somehow. And you wonder how they kind of recenter. Because it always feels like things sometimes go too far in one extreme or the other, and it feels like that's just kind of going into one extreme, all this like plastic surgery and all this like looks maxing and all this BS. People are just like too online. Everybody's just too online, and then reality becomes this like morphed thing. It's like, dude, we need to go outside. Everybody needs to go outside. It's like if you
Yeah,
go outside and you go to the grocery store and you have to interact with some folks, like you kind of that kind of stuff like the just takes you out of that shit, man. It's just being online too much, man.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
I
what to
think
do
those
about
black
it.
pillars do live in the internet, and I think
They
that's
do.
the problem, because that skews your view. Because if you live in the internet, and if you just live in media, then all
Yeah.
you see, especially in modern television and movies, is good looking men getting good looking
Yeah.
women. And
Exactly.
the thing is though, the funny thing is like these reality shows, for instance, like Love Island or something like that, for example.
More of the same.
You watch these, and of course, they're all of these great looking, chiseled guys because it's television. That's how it works, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
And it's all kind of a setup. But the reason there is drama on these shows is because on some level, the girls don't like a lot of these guys.
Right.
At first, they're like, "Oh, these guys are great looking. Oh man," and then they're like, "Oh, these guys are pussies. They kind of suck,"
Right.
And that if the girls just loved the guys based on their looks, they wouldn't have a fucking show.
Right.
And I get it's all like scripted and stuff, but some of it is, there's some level of real interaction on these shows.
Yeah.
Um, so it just you gotta think these things through a little more instead of just taking everything at face value, I think.
Yeah. Everybody needs to listen to that Family Guy theme song, man. Like, where are those old trusted values that we used to have?
Yeah. Well, I think
Yeah.
that's another interesting thing. Patrick's obsession with traditional values. He goes off on
Yeah.
that in that one scene. It kind of mirrors these modern manosphere figures like Clavicular and Tate. It's this weird simultaneous obsession with traditional values, but then also telling men like, don't get married, spread your
Exactly.
seed, have a bunch of
Exactly. Because then they,
families.
exactly.
Like,
Because then they
it's
like,
like, well,
it's like
which is it?
exactly. It's like you can't have both. It's like either you are like, okay, there's like a moral virtue to these things and we respect it, but you can't twist it. Because I can just start twisting these things and they become corrupted. And it's like, then this is just a corrupted version of something and it sucks. All this stuff is just soulless, man.
Yeah.
Everybody needs look, if you're listening to this podcast, if there's something to take from this episode, it is that obviously the message of this movie is that these pursuits corrupt your soul. And by the end of it, once you've achieved the things that you wanted to get from them, all your looks maxing, all your horseshit, you're just some husk of a human being.
Yeah.
Because you've lost your values and your morals in the pursuit of these things. Um, so if there's anything to take from this show is, man, fucking listen to or watch people that you feel like, man, these people have something. There's something ticking. There's something behind this voice, behind this face, behind this thing. There's something. There's a human being here. If you feel like you watch some shit and you feel like you're watching some weird dude like Clavicular, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Yeah.
Go outside. Go on a run. Go to the beach. Go to the park. Get a job.
Yeah.
Work somewhere where you interact with people. Don't be in your house all day.
Yeah.
Get out there. Get
Well,
out there.
yeah, and be a little more skeptical, have a little more critical thinking. Like if
Yeah.
and ask yourself if you watch Clavicular's live streams,
This guy's selling.
does this guy's reality match up with all the big fucking game that he talks when he's streaming in his bedroom? When he's streaming in his bedroom, it's all mog this and chicks that and chicks fall all over me this. But the live
Yeah.
streams don't line up with that. He's getting rejected left and right. He's self-rejecting himself.
Yeah.
I think there's even a video. I saw something on Twitter the other day. There's like a video of his where you can see his friend in the background gaming his girl, and it's like the girl Clavicular came with, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
you're getting mogged, idiot. Like,
Yeah.
so have a little bit more critical thinking and be more skeptical because the fact of the matter is what's going on in this guy's live stream and all the bullshit that he talks are two different
Yeah.
things. Like,
Yeah.
and I'll close with that was a beautiful closing statement, Edward. I'll close with this. I like you, I'm really concerned about this younger generation watching
I am, dude. It
all
really
this
is
shit.
just so concerning.
And
Yeah.
it kind of peaked for me because it peaked for me when I was doing a little bit of homework on this Clavicular fellow, which thank God we're done with this episode, so I can, I don't have to
Put this to
go
this
down
shit
this
to the
rabbit
side.
hole anymore, and I can just forget this guy existed.
Yeah.
But I start getting recommended stuff, in my sidebar on YouTube because of Clavicular, and I see this one video. It's a thumbnail, and it's this like really AI looking photo of Brad Pitt looking all fresh, and the title of the video is "A Playlist for Mogging," and I'm like, okay. So I click on it, and I'm like, all right, there's probably going to be like some Lil Wayne on it, some Jay-Z, maybe some, maybe some Rick Ross, And I listened to it, and it's like Pink Pantheress sounding pop music.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I skimmed through it, and that's
It's like
all it
gonna
is.
boost you up.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, and what I came away from that was this generation of guys is really girly. Like, they're gonna be really girly, dude. Like, it's just weird. I'm like listening to this playlist, and I'm like, where's the a playlist for mogging? Where's the Lil Wayne? Where's the West Side Gun? Where's the Benny the Butcher? Like, what are we doing here? What the fuck? Guys, get off the internet. Hit the gym.
Yeah.
Like, just stop it.
Yeah, just get out there, man. Get out there. And don't objectify people. Everybody's your friend or your brother or your sister or your mother. Everybody's that. People are not objects or just like weirdos. Like, like just get out there, man. Once you're out there, you'll be like, oh man, this is what being a human being is. Saying hello to people. Hey, how are you? Shaking hands, that kind of shit. Not watching some loser on Twitch for like your whole day. You're not going outside. That's not what life is, everybody.
Yeah. Life's about asking people at the grocery store if they heard about the chemtrails in the sky.
Yeah.
That's what...
Get out there. But don't forget, when you're out there, everybody, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and listen to us. Because this is where all the truth are at.
Yeah.
Film tangents. This is the truth. This is where it is. When you go to the gym, when you go outside, keep an earpod on your ear. Listen to Film Tangents.
Yeah. What do you got for us next week, man?
Let me think about it. I'm juggling a couple of things. So let me think about it. It'll be a surprise for you guys, but it'll be on the next episode. I'll let you know by then.
Oh, maybe it should be 101 Dalmatians, because next week will be 101 episode 101.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be that corny.
It was an idea.
I'll think about it.
All right, happy Film Tangents 100, everybody. That's the 100th episode. It was, the best. No, it was like an okay episode. So, thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Next time on Film Tangents.